Hello everybody and welcome back to another Kaizen Esports map. We are on week 4 here and we are going to be bringing you a T2 mixed match. Fools Gambit versus Whisktakers. And for our first map here, we are actually going to be going to Samoa. And Whiskin did actually forfeit their bans here, so we aren't going to have any bans from them. But we are going to see an Orisa and a Ana band here actually from Fools Gambit. And we're going to be getting into it here in 30 seconds. Orisa is going to get banned out because Orisa is a pretty dominating tank, able to counter a lot of the tank roster here. And then Ana with those antis, very, very strong. Lots you can do with them. Prevent a lot of things. Healing, obviously, there with the anti-nade. Alright, and it looks like we are going to see Whisk over here with the Hog already coming out. We are going to see a Tracer, a Sombra, Lucio, and Kiri. Lots we can see here, and it looks like we're going to see the TP out of spawn here, actually. And then we are going to see, actually, the Ramatra, Genji, Sombra, Lucio, and Kiri here from Fools. Alright, both teams are making their way to point. Gonna have a pretty dry fight here, obviously. Cosmo already fallen pretty low, but able to self-sustain with that heal there. And Bagel able to get that early pick off onto that Sombra. Gonna be pretty big for the team. And Cosmo able to secure that kill onto Kiri there. It is a 3v5 here. And unfortunately, Ortho falling to that Roadhog, able to get a good hook out. But XLRA able to pick off that Sombra there. And Gambit here looking to regroup up. Looks like they're going to be fighting this left room here. The Kiri getting hacked, but able to do it right off of them. And Axar are actually picking off 2 there on the Tracer.
Catch you later.
Getting hacked out there. Whisk already approaching this 40% here. Myth falling very, very low, but able to Suzu themselves out of it. Ooh, and unfortunately just getting caught out by Redacted there. Cosmo trying to get a pick on one of the DPS with that hook. Only the loot heals to sustain the team. Oh. Something happening. We are on a pause. Alright. Going right back on into it.
Enhanced accuracy.
Gambit flipping this point, actually able to pick off 2. Redacted picking out 3 there, actually. Alright, and we do see both teams actually approaching up on a lot of ults here. Pretty even ult economy we do see from them. Axar most likely going to be looking to go on this off angle with the pulse bomb here. Possibly pick out a support. Ooh, and Omnuk unfortunately just getting kicked by Redacted. Whisk looking to play it slow, hopefully get a pick back so it's an even fight. Bagel getting picked off there by Jester. Both teams with full ults there. We do see Cosmo use his ult. Myth unfortunately just in a really awkward position, but Cosmo able to pick out 2 there actually. Gambit down a tank and a DPS. Was able to flip the point here. They are able to pick off half the team with an early fight. The Ramatra really trying to look for a pick here onto Lucio. Bagel unfortunately falling. Myth just not able to get there quick enough. We do have the Ramatra ult come out here, but unfortunately it does not look like he's going to be able to pick anyone off here. Cosmo trying his best to get out, but unfortunately Redacted is able to secure that kill onto him. Secured 2 kills actually onto Whisk here. And we are going to see a bit of a contest come out. Whisk at 92% to 70%. They do have about 2 more fights here to be able to secure this point for themselves. And we do have the Shuri ults come out for both teams, and we do also see the Sombra ult come out. The Genji Blade onto the back line here. Unfortunately, Myth Penguin is going to fall, but take Redacted with them. Cosmo able to get the pick onto the Kiri, but unfortunately falls to the enemy Ramatra here. Ortho able to get 2 picks there. 97%. It is looking like a bit of a scary fight here for Whisk, as Lucio does do the best to contest. Bagel becoming a rollerblade master. We do see the Winston come out here, get some damage. Ortho able to pick out Omnic there. We are very close to the pulse bomb once again. We do have the Sojourn ult come out, but Bagel able to actually get Redacted there, but unfortunately gets traded out by Jester. Myth Penguin doing their best to try and keep their tank up, but unfortunately just in a really bad position there. Cosmo unfortunately falling. We are going to have the Tracer, and the Tracer is going to try to contest here. Picking off that Lucio, going to try and play around the shield here. We do have the Genji come back. We do have 2 very fast characters on the point here to stall. We do have the Lucio back as well, able to get some healing done. The Genji just tries his best to possibly get a pick, but unfortunately gets picked out by Redacted there. The Genji 1 HP Bagel does fall, unfortunately, but Axar and Cosmo able to trade them out. And unfortunately, they do C9 the point! Was it game 1 going to Gambit there?
0 to 1.
Map 1, sorry. A very, very long fight there from both teams in OT. We do go to map 2 here.
I still have much to learn. My brother
And it does look like we are going to see the Brig come out here. And the Juno, actually.
Yes. Like you,
5,
I was undeserving of his patience.
2, 1.
And it looks like we are once again going to TP out of spawn. Or onto point here. Alright, Cosmo looking to get some picks here, but almost gonna pick off himself with very critical HP. Omnic and XLR8 able to trade. Omnic actually picking off 2 here, and XLR8 doing the same. Both teams even with the 3v3. Unfortunately, Whisk is down their tank. Redacted getting caught out by Whisk there. It is a 3v2. Unfortunately, Omnic does fall. Axar looking to contest this point here. It looks like both teams are pretty much back. Both teams just getting traded out pretty evenly by each other. Redacted able to pick off Myth there. Whisk has got to look through carefully as a team. Cosmo and Omnic pretty low on HP here. Gotta be careful. both Tracers already ready with the ult here. Whiskin's gonna look to dive BTS here and do pick out Redacted. The Juno unfortunately falling there to Cosmos with that very coordinated dive by him and Axar here. Gambit just able to trade back all those kills though. Cosmo doing his best to try and keep the Ramatra off, but unfortunately, Ortho just able to dominate that fight. And it looks like we are going to see the Ramatra mirror here. We do still have the pulse bombs at the ready for both Tracers as well as the Ramatra ults. Cosmo already falling pretty low here. Gonna need to look to make some switches for his team. We do have the pulse bomb come out onto Bagel, and Redacted does get the pick onto Omnic here, but Axar does pick up two with their pulse bomb as well, just getting traded back and forth both teams. And unfortunately, Whiskin does fall, just not able to sustain this point. Omnic is going to try to go for the touch here, but unfortunately just not able to. Myth able to teleport. And we do have the Lucio on point, doing their best to try and contest this point. Try to bring it to OT. We do have Wisp coming with two more, but we do have the Ramatra ult come out here. Unfortunately, just some very, very awkward fights for Wisp, it's looking like. And Gambit is going to take the first map here.
Play of the game.
Ortho just having some very, very strong Ramatra plays here. Alright, so we're going to be going to map 2 shortly here. We will be right back. Hello everybody and welcome back. We are going to map 2. We are going to Blizzard World actually. And from Whisk we actually are going to see the bans come out this time. We are going to have the Ramatra ban as well as the Brig ban, it looks like, as we did see the Ramatra be pretty terrifying there and torturing the whole team. Just able to dish out a lot of damage there. Ortho just able to do so much on that character. And we do have the Lucio and the Tracer band come out here from Gambit actually. That Tracer mirror just pretty good from both teams, constantly just going at each other. And that Lucio band to be able to prevent that speed and quicker fights there from both teams. So we are going to have Gambit on the attack here, and Whisk on the defense here. We are going to have the Sigma, the Genji, Sojourn, Baptiste, and Ana come out here. That Ana and Bap able to dish out a lot of healing at the long range, and we are going to be able to have that Sojourn for that poke potential, that Genji for that dive potential, and that Sigma to be able to poke out as well as having that shield. We are going to see the Sigma mirror actually from Gambit here, as well as the Genji mirror. For both things as mentioned prior, we are going to see the Hanzo, the Bap, and the Juno. The Juno for that speed ring, and that Hanzo to be able to poke out once again. Able to get those able to get those headshots, able to secure those one-tap picks.
Proclaiming a barrier.
We are going to see the anti-nade come out, not able to catch out anyone here. Gambit gonna try to look to rotate right, it looks like. The Sigma looking to try and make space and help his team rotate. The anti coming out once again. Axar looking to go in on that Hanzo, but the Hanzo just able to get that headshot right onto him. It is a 4v5. And it looks like Whisk is going to give up this high ground here as they are down one. Ortho falling very, very low, but the support's able to sustain them there. Redacted and Jester falling very, very low also. Cosmo looking to be able to make some space. We do have the Genji going on the back line of Gambit here, looking to create a distraction. Both teams playing this fight pretty slow to look and get a pick. Ortho looking to go on this off angle, looking to deal some damage onto the DPS and hopefully get that early pick there. We do see Cosmo very, very close to that ult, not realizing the Sigma is actually behind him, getting rocked there. We do have the Baptiste lamp come out from both teams. Axar able to get that pick onto Redacted. Bagel does trade the enemy Baptiste here. Cosmo able to secure that rock onto Ortho and able to knock down Gambit here. A very long and slow first fight for both teams. We are very close on the ults. We do have the Sigma ult ready from almost both teams here. We do have the Baptiste ult ready and the Hanzo ult ready. Gonna see a pretty even fight. Gambit looking to try and make some space to be able to push up here and then use ult. We do have the Hanzo ult come out, not picking anyone off, just sent straight down through the middle of point. We do have the Nano come out onto Cosmo, and we do have the Sigma ult come out, and it does pick off the tank. We do have the window come out, but unfortunately just not able to do any good damage there. XLR8 does get picked off last by that setup.
Gravity. No one.
And we are going to see some swaps here. We are going to have the swap onto Soldier 70, onto Sojourn there, looking to try and get some picks. Redact is pretty scary on that Sojourn. Cosmo falling really low here, and unfortunately that Baptiste lamp is not able to get there quick enough. We do have the Juno ult come here, and we are going to try and kite this. We do have the window come out, but unfortunately it's just not at a good spot. We do have the Sigma ult come out, not catching anyone in it, but it does look like Gambit is going to take this point here. Using up all of their ults. We do have some ults for the side of Whisk here, looking to be able to stall once they begin to push this point. And we are going to see the swap on Winston off of Sigma. Unfortunately, Cosmo getting rocked out by that Sigma there. It's going to be a really hard time to be able to play Winston into the Sigma. And we do have the anti-need come out. Ortho falling very, very low. We do have the Genji trying to get in on the back line here. Able to sustain and get 2 picks for the side of Whisk. Cosmo able to pick out Ortho there. He is going to be looking to jump in on this Baptiste here, which is a little out of position, and the Bap is going to get staggered here. Gambit gonna need to look to regroup here. This Bap coming back a little slower than the rest of the team because of that stagger. Redacted getting picked out by the Sojourn there. We do have 3 ults for the side of Whisk here. We do have the Nano come out onto the Genji. Could have been odd Nano. Gambit once again waiting to regroup up with the team. We do see the Dragon Blade come out here, dealing a lot of damage onto Gambit. Able to pick out 2 with it. Ortho gonna get staggered a little bit here. And it looks like Gambit is going to be down to their last fight here. And we still do have the Sojourn ult on the ready, but Gambit is going to be able to return it with their own Sojourn ult, the Sigma ult, and the Genji and Baptiste ult. We are going to actually see the swap onto the Diva from Sigma here, looking for some more dive potential to be able to help protect their team.
Breaking them down. 30 seconds remaining. Sails are powered and ready to fly.
Winston looking to be able to dive into the back line of Gambit, able to pick off that Baptiste there. Myth able to pick out the Juno. We are going to see the Dragon Blade come out from Gambit, picking out Bagel there, and Ortho able to get Cosmo. And it is a pretty even fight here, a 3v1 now, and it looks like the Diva is going to fall. Gambit not going to be able to touch this point. We are going to have to put in some great defense.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alright, and we are swapping sides here. I am very interested to see what we are going to play for the defense here. Like I mentioned, Redacted Sojourn's very, very scary on those off angles. I'd like to see it played here.
Ready for battle.
Alright, and it looks like from Whisk, we are going to see the Orisa come out here from Cosmo. We are going to see the Genji once again, the Sojourn, the Baptiste from Bagel, and Myth on the Ana here. A pretty similar comp. Cosmo actually swapping back to that Winston, and we are going to see Bagel back on Kiri here. And we are going to see a different comp here from Gambit. We are going to be back on the Sigma once again. We are going to see that Echo, a Junkrat, which is pretty interesting. Don't see that played pretty often. But going to be able to destroy those Winston bubbles pretty quickly. Do a lot of damage to that Winston as well. And we are going to see the Baptiste and the Kiri going to be able to do a lot of healing. XLRA and the Kiri looking to go on and off angle here. Cosmo does look for a dive, not realizing that there is a Junkrat in there. We do have Whisk collapsing in on Gambit here, making it very difficult for them to play. The Echo falling very low, and it looks like they are going to be able to get the trades out they need pretty quickly. And they are able to cap this point. We are going to see Redacted swap onto this Torbjorn here. And Ortho onto the Orisa. Whisk looking to take some space here. Putting the Kiri on point. Whisk approaching ult pretty quickly here. Ortho doing their best to be able to make some space for the team. Gambit is going to try and play this high ground here. We are going to see Cosmo jump in with the Genji here. Omnic able to pick out that turret, which is going to get rid of a lot of extra unneeded damage here. Bagel, unfortunately, getting picked off by that Echo sticky bombs, and Chosen just able to finish it up there. They are able to trade it off pretty quickly. We do have the Nap come out here onto Winston, and it does look like Whisk is going to be able to take map 2 here, bringing our score 1-1. Very silly Winston victory emote. And we are going to see Omnic on the Sojourn for play of the game. Also a very scary Sojourn on those off angles. Alright, and we will be back for map 3 shortly. Greetings! We are back. Thank you for redeeming the Winston greetings there. But we are going to map 3, which is going to be Circuit Royale here. And this map was picked by Gambit here. And we are going to see some targeted bans here. We are going to have the Ana get banned, the Freya Widow, and a Sigma ban here, as we did see the Sigma and the Ana played a lot last map. Those are going to get banned out to prevent those antis, and that Sigma is able to hold that long range there on this map. But we have actually been seeing a lot of different comps played here from the OWCS, more closely ranged comps. And the Widowmaker and the Freya are going to get banned out to prevent those long-range attacks also. Alright, and we are going to have Whisk on the attack here. And Gambit on the defense. We are going to have the Ramattra, Symmetra, Torbjorn, Juno, and the Brig come out here from Gambit. Going to have lots of turrets up and ready to use, it looks like. We are going to see more of a dive team here from Whisk. It looks like they might be looking... Yeah, it looks like they're going to be looking to pedal over the wall here, which is a pretty fun strat, and it looks like they are just gonna jump right on top of Gambit. Oh, maybe they aren't gonna do the Life Weaver tech. I was so excited! Alright, XLR8 looking to dish out some damage there. Cosmo able to jump right onto them, but taking a lot of damage. XLR8 able to pick off Myth there. Cosmo really looking to try and pick out the Symmetra. Axar able to follow up on the kill. Whisk pretty low on the HP here with only the Life Weaver to do some supporting here. Winston really looking to try and put some pressure onto the backline there. That Torbjorn, though, just able to return it right back. Axar almost getting picked off with the Life Weaver coming to his rescue with that life grip there. Cosmo really trying to get Axar. They're getting picked out by Jester. Myth Penguin able to follow up with the return kill. Ortho able to pick them right back out, though. Omnic able to get Gambit's tank. But Winston almost getting picked off there, but the Life Weaver once again coming to the rescue with that very low HP save. And we do have the collapse there right on to the Symmetra. Whisk is able to continue pushing this payload. And we are going to see Gambit group up here. It does not look like we are going to see any composition changes quite yet, but we are going to see both teams have some ults come out here. We do see the Junkrat Riptire come out and pick off XLR8. Both teams pretty even. It is a 2v3 now. That was correct to say. And Whisk is going to be able to take this first point with 4 minutes remaining on the clock. It's looking pretty good for the team here.
Payload forward.
Gambit ready with the Ramattra, Torbjorn, and Symmetra ult here, and the Juno ult as well. We are only going to see a Winston ult and a very close Juno ult here from Whisk. Gonna have to do some very good kiting here. Omnic able to pick off that turret to prevent that extra damage. The Ramattra already falling pretty low, same with the Torbjorn. And we are going to see the Winston come in, and the Torbjorn ult come out here from Gambit. Cosmo is going to be in the back line with the Winston ult. Unfortunately, the Junkrat does get picked off by the Brig here. Cosmo's going to do their best to get out, and it looks like they are going to be able to. We are going to see the Brig ult come out here. The Symmetra just trying to follow up on that Winston kill, falling very, very low here. XLR8 almost getting Cosmo, surviving with only 25 HP, it looks like. Redacted able to get that kill onto Axar here. We are going to have 3 ults still at the ready here for Gambit with only the Juno ult. We are going to see Cosmo swap from the Winston onto the Ramatra here. And we are going to have the Juno ult come out here to try and help with some extra damage. We are going to see it mirrored by Gambit here. Cosmo really looking to try and do a lot of damage. We do see the Ramatra ult come out and go onto the back line of Whisk. XLR8 able to pick out Whisk. We do have the Sarah ult come out and pick out XLR8. Cosmo trying to run onto Jester and does secure that pick with Myth. Whisk able to continue pushing this point with 2 minutes remaining. They are going to have the Junkrat ult ready to try and stall this point to allow them to push it all the way. And it looks like Gambit is not going to go for the touch here. And they do have 3 minutes to be able to cap this final point. Ortho falling very, very low. That Pharah trying to pick him out. XLR8 falling very, very low. Redacted able to trade off and kill the Axar, able to follow it back up. It is a 3v4 here. Gambit looking to regroup. We do have one ult. We do have one ult available for Gambit and 3 available for Whisk here. We're gonna look to use some in this upcoming fight as they push around this corner. It looks like Pharah is gonna look and go for that Echo and does finish them off with Bagel here. We do have the Junkrat ult come out here onto Gambit, picking off Ortho. And it looks like Whisk might be able to cap this point here. Cosmo able to pick out 2 there with the ult. We do have the Torbjorn ult come out here on point, but Omnic falling. Axar able to trade that Echo, and it looks like Whisk is going to be able to cap this point with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. It's looking pretty good for them here.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Alright, and we are going to see Gambit here going on the attack. Both teams making their hero selection. We do see the Genji once again coming out from XLR8. Redacted on the Soldier 7v6, chosen with the Juno. Ortho still on that Ramatra here, and we do see the Ramatra mirror come out here from Cosmo, and it looks like we are going to be playing a pretty similar comp on Whisk's side. We are possibly going to see a Pocket Mercy come out here, the Far Mercy.
If you knew what Blackwatch was up to, why didn't you stop them?
My vision was clouded
And
by
we
hunger.
are going to see a Hanzo come out from
For your actions.
back to the Junkrat for Omnic, actually. Chosen and Jester actually swapping it up a little bit. We are going to have a Lucio and a Curie here looking to go very fast and dive onto Whisk, it looks like. Alright, and we are going to follow through with this Far Mercy here. Going to be able to do a lot of damage, but Redacted really trying to look for that Mercy. The Mercy falling pretty low already. Redacted does have their target priority in mind here. Ortho really looking to try and make some space for their team. They are going to be able to follow up with him, but unfortunately it does fall. Redacted able to trade out the tanks, and both teams pretty even once again. A 3v3. Myth is able to get that res off onto Cosmo. Unfortunately, Gambit here just not able to see that Mercy. Axar are already going to be pretty close to that ult. That Pocket Mercy just able to help so well with how quickly they're going to be able to get their ult. We're going to see a pretty slow fight here from both teams, with Wisp looking to rotate back. Ortho falling pretty low, that farmer to just able to take so much space and do so much damage. Ortho looking to wrap around, but Omnic just able to finish that kill off. Unfortunately, Gambit here just being caught in some really awkward positions where they're just too staggered and far apart. We are gonna see both teams with pretty even ult economy once again here.
Heals coming up. Anyone else want to do their jobs today? Move the payload.
We are gonna see the back window come out here from Bagel. Not able to pick anyone off. Axar able to finish off that Genji though. Wisp once again looking to push up here and maybe secure a few more kills. Gambit does only have a minute and a half left to push this payload the rest of the way. They are going to need to use some ults here. Lots of damage just being done by this Junkrat and this Pharah combo here. Cosmo able to get the Soldier 76 there. Putting Gambit at the disadvantage of a 4v5 here. Jester falling pretty low. That Suzu needing to come out. Ortho does also fall pretty low. We do see the beat come out from Chosen here, as well as the Ramatra ult come out from both teams here. We do have the Junkrat ult also come out here, able to pick off the Ramatra and the Lucio. Actually, we do see the Fury ult and the Genji Blade come out here from XLR8, able to pick off 2 with that. Only able to pick off 1, and the BAP able to finish off that kill. Actually, we do have the Mercy with the res onto Omnic. 30 seconds remain for Gambit. It is looking a little scary here. You do still have the ult at the ready for Axar. Axar really looking to try and use his ult. Does go right onto Redacted. Bagel able to follow up onto XLR8 here. The Ramatra looking to put the pressure onto Gambit here. Both supports doing their best to live and try and sustain Ortho here. Unfortunately does fall to that Pharah and Junkrat combo. We do have the Mercy Res once again come out here. And unfortunately, Gambit is not going to be able to push this payload, as there's just so much damage coming from everywhere from Wisp.
Play of the game.
Oh, and we are going to see actually the Juno play of the game. Don't see those often. Myth was with the very good utilization of the speed ring here. Able to follow up on those kills, and we are going to be back shortly, so hope to see you back. Hello everyone and welcome back to map 4, possibly our last map here. We are going to Runasapi and Whisk once again forfeiting those bans because they are a little silly. It does happen. We are going to see a Gambit here ban the Genji and the Winston to be able to stop those pretty coordinated dives from Whisk here. And we are going to see the hero selection very shortly. Alright, both teams making their final selection. We will be right on into it in the next 20 seconds about. Alright, and it looks like from Gambit here, we are going to see a Tracer, Pharah, Juno, and a Ramatra here. Gonna look to mirror that. We are gonna see actually some switches. Never mind. Forget what I was saying. We are going to see a Torbjorn, Lucio, and back to the Pharah. A Lucio and Juno for the speed there, and from Whisk we are going to see an Orisa, Tracer, Symmetra, Lucio, and Kiri also looking for that speed. And it looks like Whisk is gonna look to wrap around here. Unfortunately, Whisk just not having anyone to deal with that far out. Very unfortunate walk out. Bagel almost picking off XLR8 there. Using that recall. Nick in a very bad position, but able to teleport away. Extra and Cosmo able to pick off both. Cosmo actually securing that kill onto Pharah and able to follow up onto that Tracer there. They do follow up and create some staggers onto Gambit. They are going to push the bot. And it looks like we are going to see some swaps onto the Juno bridge here. Axar able, already ready with the pulse bomb here. And able to pick out that Pharah pretty early. Going to make it a little bit of a difficult fight there for Gambit. Ortho able to trade it back. Axar though. Whisk going to look to retreat some here. Axar using that pulse bomb earlier, but unfortunately just not picking out anyone with the XLR8. Also ready with the pulse bomb of their own. Omnic able to get that pick though, but Ortho able to pick out that Kiri. And it looks like they are going to be retaking the spot here. Both teams in a pretty even fight. Jester unfortunately falling to Axar here, and Omnic able to follow up with that Juno. Gambit having no supports, they do fall pretty quickly, it's looking like. Able to, looks like they're going to be able to stagger this Ramatra here. And we do also have the Ramatra ult ready for Gambit, as well as the Orisa and the Symmetra ult ready for Whisk. They are already at the second checkpoint here with 7 minutes on the clock. We are going to have the Orisa ult come out here and look to try and dish out some damage. Axar and Cosmo able to create a lot of space, and Axar able to follow up with that second kill onto Juno. Gambit once again down both supports. XLR8 able to get a pick onto that Symmetra, but Axar just able to trade it out. Axar for the Tracer, oh my gosh! Able to kill 4 there. Oh. Axar is still going on their killing streak there. Catching out the Pharah, we are going to see the swap onto the Freya here from XLR8, looking to try and get some of that burst damage. Axar just absolutely demolishing this backline here. Cosmo able to pick out Ortho there. The Orisa trade, Bagel able to follow up with them. Whisk just making so much space to be able to push this bot here. We are gonna have 3 ults for the ready here, with Redacted only having their ult ready, but Chosen and Jester being very, very close to theirs. Unfortunately, that far ult does come out, but does not do a lot of damage. We do see a lot of ults come out here. The Symmetra, Lucio, Fury, and Juno ult coming out here. Whisk is gonna be able to full push this robot. That does bring the score 3-1 with Whisk pinning. We are gonna see Axar on the play of the game here. I think my MVP votes have gotta be obviously Axar on this Tracer. Just absolute havoc, absolute terror, just doing so much, getting so many early picks for the team here. And I am going to have to vote from Gambit, Redacted for that Sojourn. Just able to take a lot of good angles there for the team and secure a lot of early picks on that first map. But that is going to be it from me over here. Don't forget to follow us on all the social medias, especially here on Twitch. And we hope to see you back. I know tomorrow for sure. You can catch me again tomorrow, actually. So, hope to see you back then. Bye!